What's up, y'all? What's happening? I'm here to give you some game, y'all. I'm gonna share my experiences, right? This is what I continue to do. So I'm actually here to give you some game. So listen up closely, and for those who may think that I'm out here trying to conspire or speculate about anything that's some nonsense, then you know this is really not for you. Uh, I feel sorry for those who think that way. Nevertheless, let's get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and preface this video real quick to say that if you have missed my other video and if you don't know my name, it is Leo Azir, and I dropped the Ra. Before it was Leo Azir Ra. Ra represents who? From the old ancient of days, the Kemetic god of the sun, Ra. And the reason why I dropped that is because I'm humble enough to say, yo, as I've been catching myself at the outstart, of course, I want to be risen, right? I want to be a man of prominence, right? But I'm not looking to be someone who's going to be gaining power or having power and trying to use it in a negative way, in a bad way, to perpetuate what's already here, right? Within the world. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of tyrannical figures in a lot of these governments throughout the whole globe. Okay? So I went ahead and I humbled myself because I know that I haven't reached that point yet to be anointed with that name, to be anointed and given that name. I gave it on to myself. And as much as that will give me something to aspire to, as much as that, giving yourself a name will give you much to aspire to, we have to know where we stand and be honest. You know what I mean? I once said before, I practice humility and humbleness. And in doing so, one day it just caught me. I said I gotta drop that until I continue to do more works and to continue my studies, and then let the elders handle that. Yeah, just let the elders handle that right there, man. Because I think what happens, especially with us men, we got very egotistical and inherently so because of the environment and the games that's played here, where we feel that we got to keep beating our chest and being all braggadocious and trying to acclaim some kind of high status of manhood. Where these things come from? Anyway, I just have to get moving forward. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I went ahead, that's what I went ahead and did, and I just go by Leo Azir, right? However, if anyone was to ask me what house I'm inclined to, is of course that of ancient Kemet, and the Kemites, respectfully for what they accomplished as far as scientific and mathematic breakthroughs that's continuing to be used in society today, or and have civilized the world in such a way. Look, there's a lot of games being played, and look, what I'm gonna tell you right now should be taken quite seriously in regards of coming as a helping hand for those under me and those that's on the same course, meaning that we having our breakthrough, we having our trials and tribulations, and we getting ready for that that grand rising. You know what I'm saying? Now, there is something that's happening, yes, with how could I put this? Okay, let me just give it to you like this. I had a little incident just now where I went to the restroom right on the first floor, and It was very stink. So I said, let me go to the other bathroom on the third floor. Now, mind you, I've been recording a lot of what takes place with my own body and how certain interactions happen that comes about inconspicuously, thus and so. Mainly when I eat and it's time to go to the bathroom, and even when I'm getting to certain places where I eat, the energy that I pick up, the people that's there, and how I can make out certain people, and this, some other people are very distinguishable. I don't get into it all crazy. Like he could be an op, he could be this or an agent, and da 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 da. I'm just getting to learn the energy more, which is probably why I got my antenna. Look how my antennas just stand up by itself too. Anyway, moving forward. These are all things that we overlook, our brothers and sisters, on a serious note. We overlook it a lot. But I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Anyhow, so the bathroom was think on the first floor. I said, let me go up to the third. Went over to the elevator. And here comes another one of those, a test is what I call it, where a young lady going to ask me as she's waiting for the elevator. She asked me, where's Uber? And I'm like, I'm looking at her and I could just read her whole countenance, and I can just by looking how she is, how she's dressed, I'm like, you look like a smart young lady. I said this in my head. So she asked me, where's Uber? And I'm like, as she's getting in, I'm like, how can you ask me that when you're here at the arrivals area? In my head, I'm thinking like, how could you ask me that? You're at the arrivals area. You look like a very intelligent person. Yes, indeed. And she's within age, good age. Like she's about 26, I would give her. And she said that she's arrived. So why would you want to go to the departures level for your Uber when you know it's down here, when you can just read the signs? There's big green signs showing you where you should go. So I told her, you got to do, just go out, come out here, make a left, just go right outside the door, get your Uber there. She said, shouldn't it be the third floor? Listen to the questions, y'all. She said, shouldn't it be? That means that little interaction, without her even knowing, was like a, you know what? A lot of people just won't understand this, and I can see this is mainly going to reach out to those who got knowledge of spirit and how this world is moving. No matter how I may try to articulate this, some people still just won't get it. However, I'm going to just continue to go on. Because you got to listen closely to when people speak, including self. Right? It's all an exercise. So she said, shouldn't it be on the third floor? What you mean, shouldn't it be? That means you already you already made some kind of observations. If you haven't, well, then you just assume blatantly that it's on the third floor. Did you see the calculations, y'all? It's little things like that we got to calculate in order to become true masters of this world that we live in. Moving forward. So she went about it, her business, and then a guy came in all of a sudden after she got out. He came in, and he's looking all whacked out. And he was like, yo, are you going up? What do you mean am I going up? It's the only direction you can go from the first floor. You ain't no basement. Of course you're going up. Of course we're going up. Anyway, so I goes up now, and I'm going to the bathroom. As I get to the bathroom, there's a line of people out there waiting, right? Okay. And just as I get there, there's a lady who's, I guess she's working with the cleaning company, and there's a stanchion there. There's a stanchion. So no one can go in, and I asked the guy who was standing at the front, I said, hey, how you doing? How long you been here? He said about 10 minutes. 10 minutes is ridiculously long, right? Anyhow, so that just happens to be. And then as soon as I asked him that, the lady rolled up, and she overheard when I asked him if it was some kind of emergency or something happened. And she said yes. She happened to look into my eyes. I said, oh, okay. And then she's talking to the guy inside. And she asked, is the bathroom ready? Oh, wait. I said, well, what happened? She said, I can't tell you. Anyway, she asked the guy, is the bathroom ready? for use, right? He said yes, and I know everybody heard him. She said, okay, well then you can pull the blah 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 together, da da da. And I just happened to remove the stanchion line. I popped it out so we can go ahead and do what we got to do in the bathroom. The floors were dry. It didn't smell like any pine sol. It didn't smell like any kind of cleaning detergent. The floor wasn't wet. And then as I'm coming in, she's like, "Excuse me, sir." With her attitude, trying to be all tense. You know what I'm saying? Talk about, you can't come in here now, please respect me. I'm doing my job. I'm like, yo, where all this coming from? Like, I see all these bum ass games and stupid games people playing. Some people will say, yo, it's a test, but it's all nonsense, man. Like, wait, what? You trying to get a rise out of me? Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me. And as I get a little bit loud now because I'm like, I could already spot the games. You know what I'm saying? I spot these foolish ass games, man. Now I might be smiling, people, but it's serious, man. Look at the post that I just put up, man, on my Instagram and Facebook before this very video, and see what it says. And if that's not true to you, or you get all shaken up and you don't want to concede, then I could tell that you are docile. And I ain't trying to curse nobody out. Not trying to degrade anybody, because there's already enough degradation and degeneration amongst humanity right now, especially for the most melanated. Once again, how can the melanated be living so degenerated? Y'all getting caught up with just money making, and for all this money that we made, we gave up. Y'all gave up y'all ass. This, that, and the third. This is how we looking on the collective level in 2020 fucking 4. Hey, it's life, right? Anyway, so she was like, "Can you come out the bathroom?" I'm like, "Come on," I said, "Please walk with a sense of urgency here. You got people outside waiting. Ain't nobody gonna hurt themselves. The floor is dry. You know what I mean?" So all these games, look, come on, man. And I shared something with a brother this morning, because we break bread every now and then. I said, "Yo, look, man, I'm tired of America, basically. I'm tired of America. I'm tired of this bullshit, because no matter what, you could speak as fluidly as you like. You could be grammatically correct. Yes, you can get your accolades. You can get your awards. This, that, and the third. But listen, y'all. This is why it's important to get to know your tribe and stop playing, man. Because as much as we continue to stay, as long as we continue to stay here, I'm telling you, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through it, and because there's a wicked and envious dictatorship going on here in America. In addition to what I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this video, with tyrannical people in government, or just a tyrannical government, excuse me. So people want to know, well, what to do? How do we get? What do we do? Whatever knowledge you got, share it with somebody else in your family. Let's start to confide in tribal members. Tribal families. This is why it's important for our elders to be in order. And we got to be in order with them. The elders are supposed to be running this thing. But we done got so caught up and mixed up and sexing all over the place. So this is what it is. Don't really get mad at can't get mad at just yourself here. Because a lot of us got coerced. A lot of us got victimized. A lot of us got deceived. Hey, yo, and for all these different religions out here and spiritual groups and all of that, ain't nobody really trying to evaluate what took place before, so we could know where we're going ahead of time. For the future, having vision and being clairvoyant as to where we're going as an African people in particular, since we like to talk about all this melanin and fluffy shit. Maybe I'm tripping, huh? Anyway, I'm already 15 minutes past. I ain't want to go past 15 minutes. Gee. Anyhow, yo. Look, the heavens are above conceptually, right? Heavens are always above, and hell is always down. What makes you think the upper kingdom don't rule all, govern and rule all things? So for all y'all people talking about poisons and food and all this weird shit, miss me with that. Miss me with that. For all this spirit we be talking about magical this and that and all that, I'm sorry. But for all that kind of talk, on a collective level, we got some issues. Too much degeneration within within humanity. Especially look at the culture. And a lot of people won't admit what's taking place. Like, this is why I feel like we don't really got each other's back like we think we do. I don't think we know the power of speaking up about what happened to us. And then after that, let's start to separate from you know who. In other words, it's really about at the bottom line, it's really about getting back with our tribes. And after we do that, then we can start over. Yeah, then we can start over. And you know, that will bring about a wonderful state of wealth. Trust me. But we'll see what happens. We all got work to do. I know a lot of people is living in fear. A lot of people gave into despair. And they feel like there's no redemption. They feel like there's no way to be saved or there's no way out. And I'm here to let you know that there certainly is. There certainly is. I'm telling you. For the simple fact that you woke up, it's another chance to make things right. But we got too many issues, right? We got pride issues. Something's wrong, man. Too many grievances taking place, and then, whoa, this thing is mixy. It is mixy, man. Another thing, man, I just want to say out to the ethers, like the devil, you can't get me by thinking that you're going to have me get all titillated by a woman with a nice body, like that's going to quiet me down from talking what I got to talk. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was going to say, white man, don't be trying to send me your white woman, but it's not only him, okay? And it's not just a matter of color, this is spirit. And all of those who move with those forces of wickedness of any color, yeah. Don't try that. Don't try to bring your woman to me and think that's going to quiet me down and get me all... Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't submit to that. And that's an insult within itself to me and the woman that was sent. Anyway, lastly, about this here. We got so much to do, man, don't we, y'all? Don't we? We got so much to do, because check it out. Here's how I know that the African man or woman is really, the African group We are highly electrical beings. Just take a look at how the hair stand up. Check out that experiment when you take a balloon and you rub it against the carpet, right? And then you start to get that static electricity from it, right? And what happens? Even in certain scientific classrooms where they touch like that electric globe, and then what? Their hair start to stand up, right? Especially the Asians and Indians and Europeans, where their hair just goes straight down. Hint, hint. With all due respect, it's not trying to diss anybody here, but this is just science. In fact, is what I'm really sticking to right now, particularly. Okay, where it just goes to show within itself. Look how my hair naturally stand up. Look how our hair, African people, just naturally points up. We don't need to touch no glow. We don't need to rub no balloon on the floor and then touch it to let the hair stand. It naturally does that. And this is an extension of our nervous system. Can it be? Electricity, look at the antenna once again. And antennas always go to the top. Take a look at your house. Take a look at your building. The antennas is always put on the top. Everything speaks, y'all. Everything speaks, man, but we're so caught up in this convoluted world. We caught up in materialism and we're being oppressed. Yo, that's the funny thing. We also being oppressed by trying to, or managing, in fact, bills and notes and like basic things that are or have become necessitative to our sustainability, we become slaves to in a way. It's circumstantial, you know. But yo, there's so much, man, taking place in the world, and I just gotta say, look. Yo, let's do what we gotta do, right? Honestly, I once said to drop all the fear. It might be easier said than done, but trust me, um, it's gonna benefit a whole lot. The more, the more fear we drive out of our hearts and minds. Yeah, I just happen, me personally, I'm dealing with. I do have some anger issues internally, where it's like, and I know some people can empathize with me to be like, yo, things it's not just gonna happen overnight, but continuing to see the amount of degeneration and degradation is what actually fuels the fire, especially if you're of African descent. Especially, that's all because we know what we have to gain and aspire to. Yeah. Yep. And I wonder what it's gonna take for. I wonder what it's gonna take for total, like a total state of humbleness and order. Because I think what happened is, and I know this is part of our issues as men, where we feel entitled to a lot of things that, in a way where we just want it just cause. And by some means, yes indeed we are entitled. But we have to take measure of the problems and issues, and just take proper measure. And this is why it's so good to know our history, our family history, and to be in tune with spirit, because now we will know how to evaluate things and then really get ourselves prepared for our recompense. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Leo was here, y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, you feel me? Peace, love, and light.